There's a couple of people couldn't make it, so we'll obviously make sure that we record it. Right, let's have a look at obviously overall picture here. Yeah, all right. Overall picture is that we've obviously got stock market slightly down. We've got yields down, which is interesting actually, because this has been one of the main drivers for the dollar. Um, and yesterday, and obviously Asia, they've dropped. We've had like a 94 0.94% drop, almost 1%. Now this should technically drive the dollar down because it's yields in turn, which is going to obviously drive the dollar to where it needs to go. So if we're obviously looking at it, overall picture, make sure you've obviously got 99 500 marked up and 99 marked up too, because obviously they're going to be quite key areas. Price has been starting to slow here, but obviously if we're looking at London Open, it's been pretty bullish here. So yeah, I'm kind of torn to see what's going to happen around this area here. All right, are we going to break and then continue and obviously retest this 99 500, or obviously are we going to hold and come back down to 99? Let's just have a look at what we've got on today. So if we go into the news today, obviously we've had. I haven't managed to read these yet, so I'll have a quick glance over them afterwards. So UK employment change, not the best. Claimant count, unemployment rate. Now, I did say that this was going to increase ever so slightly on Sunday evening. So it'd be interesting to, yeah, see obviously the market reaction. We'll grade our pairs in a minute. I haven't done that yet. We then got not a lot else. All right, we've got Jerome Powell speaking later, but how we've got to be looking at it is we're aware of it, but obviously we won't be in a trade at that time because obviously you guys know I like to close out and obviously enjoy my evening. So, Joe, I've got to say, I'm really impressed. We've got obviously 40 people in here this morning, which is brilliant. Right, so let's now grade our pairs in regards to obviously what's happening, and then it's going to give us a bit of a general idea about where everything's heading and why. So obviously yen again is the one of the well is the weakest. So we got strongest as always AUD because of gold is flying. We've then got NCD again, pretty similar to yesterday. So we might have some very, very similar positions here. GBP. What am I doing? No, I've got that completely wrong. Sorry, guys. So strongest is actually Swiss. I'm doing it back to front. Is it early here? So we got Swiss. We then got US dollar and euro. We've then got CAD. I'm not with it this morning, guys. Then we got GBP. I was going to say, why is GBP at the top? NZD, and then we got AUD. And then last but not least, we've obviously got at the top. Sorry, I'm really not with it. We've got yen. Right, okay. So these are our top three pairs and our bottom three pairs. I don't know what I was looking at a minute ago. Right. So let's just compare this. So we've got obviously say for example AUD JPY should be the least. Then we've got things like so for example GBP USD. The dollar is obviously up. Interesting enough, we got euro up against the dollar, which would coincide that potentially we swap these ones around and we focus on euro, which is what I'd rather focus on as opposed to the dollar. So, and then obviously USD CAD. CAD is 15% up. So actually, there is a bit of a swap around here. Let's just have it overall here. AUD's massively down. It's down on everything. So I like the idea of these three here. So we're going to be looking into these three. Let's just get rid of this. So we're going to be looking into these three here against potentially these three here. Now, what I want to do is just look at yen because we might write yen off because of how much it's already, moved. So let's just go on to this 30 minute. Let's have a little, let's have a look here. So we're going to be looking at pairing up these against these. So let's just have a little look at yen. Yeah, yen we've just got to write off because if we're looking at the daily overall daily range, we've already in engulfed the whole daily range of yesterday. It's bit bigger than the daily range of the day before. Look how much it's moved. It's crazy. 215 pips. It's already moved more than all of this here, right? Yes, we've got last Monday, but it's almost there, which is quite interesting, which means, we might see a little bit of a reversal happening, but it's going to have to be the dollar that's going to provide a bit of the kind of return. Obviously, if that does happen, I would be looking at euro as one, and I'll be looking at. Interesting enough, we do have a key level here. So if we were looking for a bit of a return, leg here, then obviously yes, we'd want to be focusing on euro and USD JPY, but we'd need a lot of confirmation here because we're going to be going against the trend. Let's just have a look. Pound will just continue, but obviously, yeah, like you can see, because obviously Euro's matching up at the top. What about Swiss as well? Swiss potentially. There's going to be a lot of support here. 89. There's a good level there. Look at that. 89 there. That's perfect. Potential, because Swiss is Swiss is pretty strong. There could be a potential here to buy this one back, but we'd need a little bit more to just confirm that would potentially happen. So Swiss, Euro, again, very, very, similar. Even if we look, the thing I like about Euro is if we put Fibonacci in, all right, because trend is going to the downside, we obviously highlight our golden zone area. Yeah. Now, if we looked what's the distance between there and there, it would be plenty for a trade, and all we're doing is just trading the retracement. We're accepting that yes, you know what, price is, trending to the downside here, yeah, but we are and anticipating a selective pullback into this area before a continuation. All right. So it's not that we are ignoring trend when we're not trying to trade this up here. We're totally accepting we're in a downtrend here. We've obviously got the lower range of the lower band of the opening London range here. I do like this Euro JPY, but obviously I just want to monitor it a little bit more. And then obviously I don't mind Swiss either. Swiss is obviously coming into this equal, low. Let's just have another look. So then we've got, I mean, it's not a hell of a lot of options. Euro NZD. We've actually had a couple of good trades recently the other way. Um, I don't like it. I just don't like it. Let's have a look here. Dollar. Dollar yields. Where's gold? Gold will be flying as always. So gold's a tricky one for anyone who wants to trade gold. It is very, very hard, at the moment because we're not getting what I don't know if you guys have no noticed. We're getting this steady upward movement here, but then we're getting this harsh move here. Harsh moves, which is just taking everybody out. Um, so yeah, that's what's kind of keeping me away. There's obviously 4100, which could be classed as a key level. That's around here. As you can see, price held up here, reject. I mean, there's not much to take it off, so just be aware of it. So that is that. Right. Um, I do like yen. I like euro. I like Swiss just to trade the pullbacks here. So if we're on a 15-minute time frame here, yeah, any kind of a pullback into this area, we need to be capitalizing on. So that would be a good trade for me to take. Um, let's just have a look at all these. Euro AUD. I just don't like them. There isn't a lot here for me this morning. Um, Euro CAD, Euro starting to get weaker. NZD. I mean, if yeah, these are all have gonna gone. I think if dollar strengthens, pound is very, very weak overall, so I do think if dollar strengthens, then I do think that there is, a potential. Sorry, if dollar weakens, it's going to strengthen the Aussie. All right. But let's just go through this news again. I'm really interested to read these minutes. I didn't have time this morning. So, there is a bit of confidence there. So I need to read over these. Um, there's not a lot for me this morning. I'm not going to lie to anyone. Hmm. Even though those yen trades, I'm not like overly excited about them. But these probably two would be the two which I'd be going for, which is Swiss and Euro. But I don't like them. I don't like them. But let's pack them in because there isn't anything else that I can see this morning. Let's just move the chat over here. Right. So we've got Euro JPY. I'm just going to put these in right now. There we go. So let's go on here and here. So on there. And then we've got, we're obviously letting these guys in. And then we've got Swiss JPY, which we like the look of as well. There we go here. Swiss JPY. Oh, there we go. And we'll move this out of the way. I'm going to do, well, one of you guys asked me to do a Fibonacci video. So I'm going to do that for everyone. What what I'm going to do, I'm going to do it a bit differently. All right. So I'm going to do it as I've done it in the course, and we're going to refer to it as the golden zone. Yeah. So let me just do this here. All right. Right. There we go. I like these. two here. These two are the two which I would, say have the most probability. Let's wait and see, how kind of markets open. But I do like Euro. As you can see, it's starting to pump, and I do like Swiss as well. Uh, just do that here right now. There we go. But both for these trades, I do like very much. So let's wait and see how they pan out. Let me just. Mm, there we go. But let's wait and see. So we got Euro reacting very, very nicely, and then we got Swiss. Let's give ourselves some kind of an alternative here too. Um, I mean, potentially your euro is already starting to weaken here. Now, if dollar starts to strengthen, we could see euro starting to kind of move to the downside and join everything else. I mean, it's pretty low at the moment as it is. Let's just go through. This would be probably the only one which I would want to take, if I'm honest. And I guess we could take it down into this level here. 1.15 be here. That wouldn't be out of the question. So that would be about 60 pips from there to there. So I think if we're clearing, I don't think I think there should be a pretty good reason to take this trade too. Put stops here so we can have a nice bit of stop there. I think if this holds, if we manage to retest, we've got a lot going for us where we're below the EMA. We're actually trending. Dollar should obviously, as long as it strengthens. I'm just going to put a little note here. Only if DXY strengthens. Yeah. So we can obviously put that in. Then that will, potentially come back up, retest this, and then move to the downside here. I would like to push this down a bit further, down into this key level here. So that's what I would like. That'll be the last one. And that's a bit of an alternative trade here. So that's an alternative. So let me just screenshot that. And then at least we've got three. But this morning, as you guys can, see, it's probably a day to or a session here to kind of chill out a bit because there's not a lot here. Um, if I'm honest. It's very, very, we've obviously had some big moves this morning. It could potentially be, something that obviously we kind of, look into in um in a bit, So the US session might be the one, but it all depends on what happens around this level here. If this level breaks, we're going to see, all of these trades coming into fruition. Euro JPY is fine. We're going to see Swiss, starting to pump, and we're going to see, dollar pairs then, starting to crunch down. There's obviously a lot more room here for euro because it's already moved, or it's only moved 0.3% against the dollar. So let's wait and see here. Everything else, we've got to also bank on something else becoming stronger, you know? So we do have to be a bit careful with obviously what we're doing here. So yeah, right. Let's just have a look through some of these messages. What are we waiting for on Swiss yen and Euro JPY? I'm pretty happy to enter both of these there, holding. So they are, you've got to obviously identify here. We obviously are going against trends. So, potentially if you're trading these and anything against trend, potentially could go, half lot size than obviously what you usually would. And, then you're just protecting your, self. Um, so yeah, that's what I would recommend. And also, one thing that I speak to a lot of people about is they're getting really really good at analyzing the charts, but obviously they're just worried about pulling the trigger, and obviously actually entering a trade. If you are worried, enter enter your trades on 0.01 because you're not going to be worried about it. But then you're going to be getting used to entering and getting used to what that feeling kind of feels like, and it's going to obviously help you in the future. But yeah, most of the time when people are worried about entering, it's because their lot size is a bit too high. But yeah, right. I'm gonna end this now. I'll be back at 2. I'll do the Fibonacci video. And then yeah, I'm just working on getting this Calendly all ready. So obviously you guys will have access to me. Yeah, you'll pretty much everyone will be able to log on at least once a week with me, which is good. So yeah, I hope everyone has a great day. And yeah, I'll do this video and we'll be back trading at 2 p.m. So have a good one, guys. Have a good one.